Hello everyone. Welcome to our journey through time. Today we'll explore China's past through colorized black and white photos. These images show us everyday life, cultural practices, and historical events. They reveal both familiar scenes and lesser-known stories. Let's begin our adventure through China's rich history. Let's look inside a Great Wall watchtower. These towers were vital to the wall's defense system. Built during the Warring States period, they saw major upgrades in the Ming Dynasty. Watchtowers were square buildings, 5 to 10 meters tall. They had small interiors, often consisting of just one room for supplies and guards. The narrow entrance allowed only one person at a time, aiding defense. The tower's main job was to signal alerts. Guards lit fires when they spotted enemies. Signals traveled fast, covering 1,000 kilometers in hours. They used smoke by day and fire by night. Interestingly, they burned wolf dung, not wood. It made thick smoke that lasted even in strong winds. Luckily, they rarely needed to light signals, or wolf dung supply might have been an issue. In peacetime, towers served as lookouts and storerooms. Soldiers kept food, arrows, and other supplies there. This 1943 photo shows Chinese soldiers marching on the Burma Road to the Salween riverfront. The Burma Road linked Kunming in China's Yunnan province to Lashio in Burma. It was a key supply route in World War II. The 1,154 kilometers road had many narrow, dangerous mountain paths. Soldiers faced both enemies and harsh terrain while carrying heavy gear on rough roads. This 1900 photo from Tianjin shows men and boys with water buckets and carts. It captures water carriers serving city residents. Most old Chinese homes lacked private wells. Special workers drew water from public wells and delivered it to homes. Residents paid monthly based on use. Rich families might order spring water from miles away. The Forbidden City used Yukon Mountain spring water, though its many servants likely used regular well water. This photo shows Chinese men smoking opium in an opium den in the late 19th or early 20th century. Opium was a major problem in China then. After the First Opium War in 1840, opium use in China grew dramatically. By the late 1800s, about 10 million Chinese were using opium, severely impacting society and the economy. This widespread addiction reflects the significant challenges China faced during this period. The opium crisis ultimately pushed the Qing government to implement reforms, leading to the 1906 Anti-Opium Edict. The opening scene of the film Once Upon a Time in America depicts Robert De Niro in a Chinatown opium den, illustrating how this issue extended beyond China's borders and into immigrant communities abroad. The photo shows a boy about 10 years old skillfully using a long pole to move a boat. In old China, children often helped with family work to make a living. Guangzhou was a key trade port then. The photo shows busy water transport. This photo from 1908 to 1915 shows a small traditional Chinese wooden boat. The title says General Li's flagship, and there's a Li flag. It's not a joke. Normal boats wouldn't fly flags. But this boat seems too small for a high-ranking officer's flagship. In the early 1900s, China was getting modern ships, but traditional wooden boats were still common, especially on inland waters. This photo shows an important moment in China's early parliament. China went through many political changes then, including the end of the Qing dynasty and the start of the Republic. The National Assembly was a key part of the Republic, showing how China's government was changing. This photo from about 1930 shows a Chinese barber working on the street. Though barber shops existed, poor people often chose these cheaper street barbers. Even in China's busiest cities today, you can sometimes see this service. People enjoy the haircut, not a fancy shop, and pay about 1/10 the price. The only hard part might be the cold in winter. This 1921 photo likely shows a folk performance. This 1921 photo shows a rickshaw puller drinking water. The water seems to come from a nearby shop, a kind act of charity. Chinese merchants then cared a lot about their reputation. Good reputation brought more customers. The puller's straw sandals and torn clothes show how poor many Chinese were then. The photo shows an old man writing letters for others. In those days, 80% of Chinese people couldn't read or write. He provided a vital service, writing for those who couldn't. Shy customers probably moved out of the camera's view. This work helped people keep in touch with faraway family and friends. This photo shows American horse marines riding in Beijing, then called Beiping. The United States Embassy Guard was set up after the Boxer Rebellion in 1900 to protect American diplomats and citizens. Their presence reflects China's complex international relations at that time. This 1944 photo shows Chinese troops checking a captured Japanese 37mm anti-tank gun. Some American officers are also in the photo, suggesting these are soldiers from the Chinese Expeditionary Force. During the war, China sent about 100,000 troops to fight Japanese forces in Burma. Sadly, most never returned home. This 1900 photo shows the ruins of the old summer palace, Yuanmingyuan. The Qing dynasty built this royal garden in 1707 and expanded it over generations. In 1860, during the Second Opium War, British and French forces burned and looted it. In 1900, during the Eight-Nation Alliance invasion, it may have been damaged again. In his Expedition de Chine, Victor Hugo described the looting. Two robbers breaking into a museum. One has looted, the other has burnt. One of the two conquerors filled its pockets. Seeing that, the other filled its safes, and they came back to Europe laughing hand in hand. Before history, one of the bandits will be called France, and the other, England. These photos and stories offer a glimpse into China's rich history. They show how people lived, worked, and faced challenges in different times. From ancient defenses to modern conflicts, each image tells a unique story of China's past. We hope you enjoyed this journey through China's history. If you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.